Alright, today we're going to learn the solo from Almost Easy off the self-titled Avenged Sevenfold album. I've got my guitar set to drop D, but the song's actually in drop C sharp, so it's half a step down. However, the audio for this, I'm just keeping it in drop D. So I got a comment request for this one, and specifically it was because the tabs out there for this are quite sketchy. I had to look through myself at the usual suspects like Ultimate Guitar, Songster, and some of the YouTube tab tutorial type videos out there, and they definitely all had some flaws or didn't align with some of the live footage I saw of Sin playing. Unfortunately, most of the live videos don't show like close-ups of what he's actually playing. But now that I've kind of understood where everything is, I've got the isolated guitar track now, which we'll go through section by section to put actual notes and tabs to the sound of the solo. So I've got the isolated guitar track in Reaper here. I've pitched it up by one semitone so it aligns with drop D. Usually it's a semitone down. And here's what it sounds like. So we start off with a bend on the 13th fret. But then the next note sounds like it's something higher, or a harmonic or something. Now I tried playing around with harmonics and I couldn't get that exact sound. The other thing is, it ends on this 12th fret on the G string, so it's kind of like a... with one note in between. And Sin loves his bluesy shape, so it almost could be... Now what happens if you take that 10th fret off the fretboard? Let's listen to it back. It's the same note. Take some practice. So once again, it's 13th fret, full bend with some vibrato on B. Fret the 10th fret on the high E string and pull it off the fretboard. And then hit the 12th fret on the G with some vibrato. Like a bend and vibrato. Pretty sure that's it. Makes a lot more sense than jumping up to like the 17th fret, which is I think the same note. Yeah. You can do that if you want though. Okay, next bit. Okay. So that next bit is a pretty typical sweep shape. It's just 17, 15, 14, 15, 13, going from A to E respectively. And then when you get to the top, after hitting the 13th fret, you hit the 16th fret, and then you go 17 with a bend. So a lot of this solo does sound like it's played on the bridge pickup with some of the wide vibratos there, but then the sweep is very nice and mid-range bassy on the lower strings. So I think he's either switching or just they've taken multiple takes in the studio recording and just done another take with to get that sharper bend. I'm not sure, but doing bridge pickup sweeps here does sound wrong. Right, that sounds way more smooth, doesn't it? So there's definitely some harmonic going on in that 17th fret there. I can't seem to match it, but if you just do the sweep and then go 13, 16, 17 with the bend, should be fine. So when you do get to the top of that sweep shape, make sure you are alternate picking those three notes. And with a bit of haste to it. It's not like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like a triplet there. Okay, next bit. So with that, after you finish that 17 bend there, you slide up to 22nd, so you kind of want that to be part of the next note instead of stop. You don't want to do that. You want to bend it and keep it going. And then that's just another typical sweep shape down. So that's, you're sliding up to 22 on the E, pull off 17, then you go 18 on B, 19 on G, 19 on D, and then you go back to 18, 19. Just listening to that again, that last bend on 19 is quite an ugly one, but it's big and sharp. Okay, next bit. I see this done as sweeps a lot, but Sin definitely loves his stretches, especially 17 to 13. That's definitely one of his like signature hand positions. So what he'll do here is so that's 17, 18, 17, 13, all on the high E string. And then you go 15 on B, 14 on G, and then 18 bend on G. With that, you can get some economy picking going, so you go like a mini sweep there. So 17, 18, 17, and then sweep down 13, 15, 14. And on those bends, you want to make them big, dramatic, and try and get those harmonics if possible. So after that one, you're then doing 17, 18, 17, 13, but now on the B string. Then 14 on G. And then from there, it's just two big bends on the 15th fret B string. Definitely pay attention to those bends in the vibrato. Alright, next bit. Which is a tricky one to pull off, but it's basically 17, 13 on E, 17, 13 on B, slide back to 10, and then hammer on to 13, all on B again. So you can definitely hear the... Can you hear that slide back there? It's a real tricky one. 2 notes per string is always difficult, but it's so even and the picking is so consistent, but you still hear that slide. However you manage to get it done, yeah, those are the notes. So 17, 13, 17, 13, slide to 10, 13, and then bend on 10 on the G string. Alright, now for the last bit of the fast solo. Okay, so that's pretty sure that's just a sweep up from 13, 12, 10, 10, 10, going from A to E. I think he does a bit of a slide into that 13, so... Now, there's one part in there which actually might be unique to the solo. I can't tell if it's my ears playing tricks on me, or if there's actually, instead of... It's more like... Yeah, I can't tell if that's my ears playing tricks on me with that 9 there. And then even with the slide in, it could be a 12, not a 13 on the A. I'm gonna say it's... But it could be. Or even... But anyway, it is a bit of a quick and sloppy sweep, so however you get it done. As long as you get that low notes ringing out, and then the 10, 13 at the top. Slide to the 17, and then... And that's the fast stuff done. Then there's just the harmonic stuff at the end, which is like... So the first one is... It's all on the G string. It's on the 7th fret. Slide back to 2. Slide up to 9. Slide back to 7. Slide up to 14. So after that first section, we're going to play this. So now, before we try to keep everything on the G string, and you could play that first note as an open G, but I'm pretty sure from the record it sounds like he's playing with a little bit of muting on the 5th fret D string. Okay, so for this we're going... So that's 5 on D, 7 on G, slide to 14 again, and now we're going to hit 1 octave up at the 17th fret on the E string. But we're not just going to go... We're going to slide into it. With that I go index on the 5th fret D, ring finger on the 7th fret G, slide up, and then from there I use my index to go from 12 to 17. So for the next bit we go to the 7th fret on the G string. So it's slide to the 7th, bend the 10th fret B. And you do the same thing, but now starting on the 7th fret on the D string. So it goes. And then for the next bit. So 7 sliding to 9 and then back to 7 on G. Sliding up to 17. And then the last of the slidey bits, we go 5th fret on the D. So 5, 7 on G, slide to 14. And that's 18, 17 on E, and 15 on B. And the last little fast bit to finish it off, which is pretty simple, it's... That's 18, 17, 15 on E, 18, 17, 15 on B, 17, 15, 13 on E, 17, 15, 13 on B. Then you go up to 20, 18, 17, 20, 18, 17. That's E and B respectively, and then going down again. 17, 15, 14, 17, 15, 14, G, D. Slide back to 12. And that's the solo. As usual, tabs are in the link below. Let me know if you've got any comments or questions, or if you have another recommendation. See you next time.